What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another video here. Finally back. I've had a really hectic week with school and with work, so I am glad to finally be back. And in today's video, we're taking a look at last year's NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors, and seeing if we can get them one more. Let's hop into it. Now, just starting off, I think I will initially try to keep this core together and see if we can win one more. Otherwise, I think I might go in the other direction of more or less blowing it up, and probably Steph is the only guy I'm really super invested in keeping. Everyone else is fair game. So with that said, let's get started. But we are in another scenario here, so you can see coach is updated and then the lottery is updated. In NBA history, the Nuggets won in 7 against the Heat. Jokic was finals MVP. So again, a real possibility. Hopping right into the draft here, we do have, looks like the 19th overall pick, 26 trade offers. Let's just see who's here. Jalen Hood-Schifino has fallen all the way down. But I think because I did have him recently in another rebuild, and also I would like some more wing depth, so I might go with Bryce Sensabaugh here. That's going to go ahead and end our draft. You can see there's Vic, there's Brandon, and there is Scoot. So Bryce is at a 74. We will go ahead and sign him. Draymond opts into his option, which is actually pretty good. It saves me from worrying about that for another year. DiVincenzo opts out. That makes sense. We'll pick up Kuminga and Moody's options. I think they're definitely trade candidates. No QOs. So Dante, I would like to give back. I'd give him a 3-year deal worth about 4 mil, and we can go ahead and flat load that. I think that's kind of a steal. He does accept that. Beautiful. Iggy, unfortunately, I think we're going to go ahead and renounce the rights on. Same with JaMychal Green, Anthony Lamb, Ty Jerome, even though he had some solid moments, and Lester. So we'll go ahead and then see who makes it past moratorium. Looks like we do have some sort of exception worth about 7 mil. So let's see what we think this roster needs. So we're good at the 1. We're good at the 2. At the 3, we could use a little bit more depth, but we did get Bryce there. At the 4, we're fine. And at the 5, we might like somebody new. So let's go ahead and see Andre Drummond. I mean, he is a 2K god. In real life, that would definitely not work out with the Warriors. He is kind of the best option here. So I will go ahead and offer him a 2-year deal with a team option, and we'll go ahead and give him about 5 million. He accepts that, which is good. And for the first year, I think that's all we're going to do. We'll run it back until the deadline, and then there might be a trade in the works. We'll see what happens there. Let's go ahead and go straight to player progression. All right, Steph goes down 1, Clay goes down 2, Poole goes up 2 though, which is nice. Up 1 for Wiggins, down 3 for Draymond. He's still an 80, so that's nice. 79, 76, and there's the rest of the guys there. So we are in prime position to make a trade come this deadline, and I wouldn't even be opposed to throwing Wiggins in there, to be completely honest with you, for this first season. I'd like to still keep, the core 3. This is glitching out, by the way, but we made it. I would like to keep the core 3, at least for one more season, but let's see what we can do. So looking at this, system proficiency is at 4.5 stars. That's beautiful. Let's go ahead and see how this rotation is going to look for the regular season. Obviously, we want to run it a bit deeper. So GP2 will be getting some minutes. Moses Moody's still there. So we'll see how we want to manage that. Bryce is also currently not getting any minutes. So actually, we might go ahead and swap GP2 for Bryce just to start the season and see how we go. He can have about 10 minutes a night, and then JP can have about 30. Everything else looks good to me, and we will get it moving like that. So we are currently 4th in the power rankings. Now, we do have injuries turned off, just because sometimes it gets a little bit annoying, but we do have chemistry and the rest of it turned on. So I will get this moving, and if any interesting trades pop up or we're really bad, I'll stop and let you guys know. But until then, I'll be right back. All right, we're almost at the deadline and we're 32 and 22, so 10 games over 500. We're pretty good, but we did slip. We were around the 3 seed, so only obviously a couple games back, but we did just go on a 3-game losing streak. So everyone's been pretty good. 24, 5, and 6 from Steph, almost 50, 40, 90. Clay is 50, 40, 90 with about 19. Wiggins has been good. Looney's been good. Poole's been good. Even Kuminga's been good. But if I go over to Draymond, 6, 6, and 6 Draymond numbers, but 39% from the field, 19% from 3 is kind of ridiculous. So I am going to make a trade here, and I will show you what it is in 1 second. So it's going to be Draymond, Moody, and 2 first-round picks. I'll see if I can make that one protected, just because I would like to have some sort of insurance on that. So maybe we can do this one instead and make it lottery protected. So it's going to be for Kevin Porter Jr., but mainly Alperen Sengun. Now, I know that may not make a ton of sense, but the Rockets always move him in 2K videos. And so they do get a veteran to put in that lineup, as well as another young player in Moody, and then 2 picks, basically. So I know maybe not the best thing in the world, but they did sign Vucevic too. So maybe that says they want to go all in now. They get the veteran in Draymond. Let's see if they accept this. They say no, now they want another first round pick and they'll give me Jayshawn Tate. So I'm going to say no to that, obviously. Also give them Patrick Baldwin Jr. if they're interested. Now they want to do Dante for Isaiah Joe. Dante's been pretty good for us, so I might just go ahead and do that original trade. Yeah, so we'll do the 2 first round picks, I guess, in 27 and 28. Just imagine there's a protection on one of those or it's a swap. So we will go ahead and do that. So first trade done, and then that allows us to start Kuminga, which is fun. And Şengün, I think, is the perfect fit as a center for a Warriors offense. So I like that a lot. And then I guess they're trying to start Jordan Poole. We won't do that. We'll still keep him as our 6th man. And we also have Kevin Porter Jr. now, who I guess is going to be our backup too, because we obviously don't need 2 backup point guards. And then Dante, in typical Warriors fashion, can move to be our small ball 3. Now that also means we don't need Drummond and Looney, so we can see what we want to do with one of those guys. Actually, scratch that. We'll do this trade with the Spurs to get Jeremy Grant to be our backup small forward. We'll give them Kevon Looney and Dante. So we just lost 2 core Warriors. So it is the beginning of a new era, and it's kind of sad to see, but I think it needed to happen because I just didn't see us being on the same level as sort of some of the other teams. So we'll go ahead and make that adjustment there. So now we're going to have Steph, Clay. They want to start Jeremy Grant. I mean, I'm not opposed to that. I'd probably rather keep starting Wiggins just because he's been here. So we'll go Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Kuminga, Şengün, Poole, Jeremy Grant, Kevin Porter Jr., Andre Drummond, and GP2 is getting some minutes now, which is fun. That's fine. We can go ahead and leave it like that for now, and we will keep it moving. Now, I did get offered DeMar and Seth Curry for Draymond earlier. I thought that was kind of cool too. Small ball 4, and we get the Curry brothers together. But I think that trade makes a little bit more sense. So I'm going to keep it simming and we'll see what happens. All right, we finished with 48 wins. Trae Young is your MVP. Vic wins Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons 6th man. Giannis Depoy. Darius Garland is most improved. And Quinn Snyder, of course, the Hawks win 64 games. That's ridiculous. No Curry on an All-NBA team, which is kind of surprising. But hey, it is what it is. That's fine. So we finish as the 4 seed going against Denver. So that's fun. Immediately, we can cut that down to a 9-man. Steph finishes with 23, 5, and 6.5. Finishes 50, 40, 90. He made it. Clay was close. He did have 50, 40, 90 earlier. He fell off a little bit, 17 points. He is a free agent and he wants a lot of money. So that might be a sign and trade. And if that is the case, then it will definitely, truly be the end of an era. Andrew Wiggins with about 14 on 38 from 3. Jordan Poole is our 6th man, 18, 5 on 50, 40, almost 90 splits. So he was really good too if we want to trade him as well later on down the line. Şengün with about 12, 9 and 5.8 per 36 assists. He even shot 35 from 3. So the perfect center for us. Jeremy Grant off the bench gave us about 16 and 4, 50, 38, 81 split. So we have 2 6 man of the year candidates, maybe even 3. Kevin Porter Jr. 15 and 6 on 38 from 3. Drummond with about 13 and 16 per 36. Even GP2 in his minutes was pretty good. We got Terrence Davis too. Bryce didn't end up playing that much for me. It was whatever. So for this rotation, let's go ahead. Drummond can get about 10 minutes a night. KPJ can get about 15. We can go about 25 to Jeremy Grant, 30 to Poole. We can play these guys a ton of minutes. And I want Şengün getting about 33, 26, and 27 to those guys because we have Jeremy Grant as well. So we'll simulate the play-in. Round 1, going against Denver. Have you made any changes, Denver? You have Jamal Murray, Bruce Brown starting. Otherwise, it's the same team. So let's see what happens game 1. We do win. Okay, 151 to 136. That's one thing I noticed. We're scoring a lot of points. So we were 2nd in points per game. I think that went up towards the end of the season, but I set it to, get shooters open and just shoot at will. I think it makes sense for the team we have. Denver ties it up. Curry has 32, but Jokic with a 30-point triple-double. Can we please go up 2-1? We do. Okay, wonderful. Jokic with 28, 8, and 8, but Andrew Wiggins with 26 and Jeremy Grant. So just our forward pair carrying us in that game. Can we go up 3-1? No, they tied up. I'm getting a little bit nervous. Jokic with 38 and 12. Şengün with 20, 10, and 4. So that's pretty cool. Can we not go down 3-2? Okay. Cool. Clay with 23, 28 from Jokic. He just does not have bad games, man. Let's see. Can we please win in 6? Please, 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 please. Of course not. We're going to a game 7. A first round exit would definitely mean getting rid of Clay. 41 for Jamal Murray. And let's just see what minutes 2K wants to allocate. Usually that helps you. Let's go ahead and simcast this last one. We are at home. here in the chase. Let's see, starting off down by about 4, we go up by 5, and we do take the lead. I was going to say this looks like it might be a game where they just have the lead the whole time, but we get a bit of one here in the third quarter. Can we just maintain this and not choke it, please? We choke it, and it looks like we might hold on. Knock on wood. Okay. I was going to say first round exit might have been crazy, but I guess we did just beat the defending champions technically, right? So Aaron Gordon, Jokic with 19, KPJ with 25. That's insane. So round 2, we have the New Orleans Pelicans. Have they made any changes? Ingram, Zion, Herb Jones is starting at the 2, so it's the same team. CJ's regressed a little bit. Let's see who wins game 1. They win. Okay, I don't have a good feeling about this series. It was a 4-point game where Kuminga was our leading scorer, so that's probably not a good sign. Steph only took 9 shots. I mean, you can shoot the ball more than that, Steph. Game 2, we lose as well. Damn. Steph has 34 that game. Okay, so maybe we are just a class below that team. I think I will reduce the minutes of some of these guys. He's been good. We can give him about 35, and then we can go the rest to Wiggins. Can we win one game, please? Yes. Okay, cool. Steph with 23, Zion with 28. Can we tie it up 2-2, or are we going to go down 3-1? Yeah, I figured. Steph with 34, Ingram with 36, and they'll probably beat us in 5. And of course, that is the case. So let's see. Do they at least make it to the finals? And they don't. They lose to OKC, and the God Squad Hawks win in 5. Of course. All right, so going into the offseason, we made a ton of moves already. Chris Paul retires. Al Horford retires. I think we are going to have to go in the way of a sign and trade with Clay, because he did just have a good playoff run. So if we give him maybe a 3-year deal, maybe there's a team willing to trade for him. So the main issue is going to be, I just made all those win now moves, I guess you could say. And if we do decide to blow it up entirely, then we're sort of starting again. But I have to, right? We still have Steph Curry. He's still really good. So we have to really do everything we can to get him that extra championship. We'll bring back Drummond. Obviously, Gary Payton's going to accept that. I will pick it up on Patrick Baldwin, but not on Ryan. So we'll go ahead and do that. Qualifying offers, there are none. Okay. The Clay's here. He wants actually about 20 mil, which is kind of reasonable. So, I mean, I would give him that. You can throw a team option on that last year, so I can partially guarantee it. And you could even front load it, really, because he's getting up there in age. So, I mean, he would probably accept that. And I would immediately throw him into a trade just because, as I said, I think we've sort of capped out with this current roster, as sad as that is to say. I mean, everyone hated on the Warriors while they were dominating, but now that, you know, it's sort of coming to an end, it's a little bit scary. So I think I might actually offer this trade to the Knicks. It sort of thins out our rotation, gives us some more playing time for the other guys, and we get a better backup center, Mitchell Robinson. They agree to that. Cool. So I think we might just have to start the season with Clay, because I don't see any offers I really like. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, still a lot of small forwards, 9, 10, 11. Jeremy Grant can play backup 4 as well. That's fine. And then we can look at if we want to do anything with maybe Patrick Baldwin Jr. But I think for right now, we might actually go ahead and leave it as is. Jeremy Grant can even be our starting 4 next to Wiggins next year. That's something I didn't think about. So we can go ahead and try something like this. Right now we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think we're looking good. We'll probably get some regression. As I said, we can reassess a Clay or maybe even a Jordan Poole trade at this deadline. So a lot of turnaround. Steph is regressing even more. Jeremy and Clay regress as well. Yikes. So it might be that we just do a complete reset and, you know, move all of the old guys. But I guess we'll see how we want to play this, and I will see you guys in a second. So the lineup's looking pretty clean for this season. You still have Steph, you still have Clay for now at least. Wiggins, Kuminga, Şengün, Poole, KPJ, Jeremy Grant, Mitchell Robinson, and Bryce Sensabaugh is now 76 and has some badges. We still have Patrick Baldwin as a trade piece too. So let's go ahead and see what we want to do. I've changed the proficiency to balanced and limited the shot selection. So hopefully we can play some better defense. We lose game 1 to the Rockets, yikes. But then we put up 156. That's what I'm talking about. 39 from Steph, 20 from Poole, 20 from Porter. I don't think we need Porter and Poole. Kind of similar players. And then also Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, and Mitchell Robinson. Even 7 points from Bryce. Cool. So I will keep it moving. And hopefully nothing crazy happens. We might have to make another wild trade. I definitely won't be accepting that. But I will see how we start. 3-2, that's cool. And they want to do Derek White for Klay Thompson. Hopefully I can get better offers than that, but I will see you guys shortly. All right, so we're currently 22 and 26 in the 10 seed, not very good. So I'm going to see if Brooklyn will accept this trade. They are rebuilding and Mikal is not untouchable. So they'd be getting Klay, who we gave a very friendly contract to. So this year is making 20, then it goes down to 19, then they can decline the 18. We're also going to give them Patrick Baldwin Jr., who's not playing for us, but he's 22 and he's 76. Hal's also already 28. So we'll see if they accept this. They probably say no, but I would also throw in a pick. We'll see if they accept it with one first round pick, and they do. So we definitely get an upgrade there at this point with Mikal Bridges. So now we have Steph, Mikal, Wiggins, and Kuminga. So we're not quite at the deadline yet. I'm going to see if that improves us majorly. I do have one more thing in mind where we could move Kuminga to the 3 and then maybe move Wiggins and KPJ for a better defensive 4 because our defense doesn't seem to be great at the moment. Again, a ton of turnaround. Bryce Sensabaugh has been really good for us, but that's okay. That's sometimes how these 2K rebuilds go, trying to get things done quickly. So I'm going to keep it moving, see if we can win a few more games, and then if not, we'll get to the deadline. I might make one more trade. We'll see. I'll be back. I'm not going to accept this trade because I need a power forward, but I mean, look at this. You can get Dame, you can get De'Aaron Fox and Keegan Murray, you can get Jalen Brunson. That's crazy. Right, so things are getting a bit out of hand, but I'm going to offer this to the Wizards, mainly for Porzingis, but Kuzma was there to make the money work, so we'll see if they even accept that. They say no. I mean, Bryce has been good, but I would throw him in there instead if it gets it done. And then I'm down to like my last first round pick, so can we do 2029 instead? They still say no. And what about that first round pick? They say yes. I feel like I shouldn't have done that. That feels like an overpay. But now we have Porzingis to put next to Şengün. He can play a bit of defense and he can stretch the floor. Kuminga moves to the 3. We still have Jordan Poole, Mitch Robinson. Now we have Kuzma. We still have Jeremy Grant and Jalen McDaniels. So we'll probably cut it down to a 9-man now. I don't like the direction this team has gone in, but I feel like I just messed myself up with some of these trades and now sort of had to correct them. That's right. Sometimes it happens. So now the lineup will be Curry, Bridges, Kuminga, Porzingis, Şengün. I also thought about Pascal, but Kristaps was shooting better from 3. Jordan Poole, Kyle Kuzma, Mitchell Robinson, Jeremy Grant, and Jaden McDaniels is the 10th man. So I guess a ton of size now between our power forward center combo, but I think we'll be all right. Kuminga's now a natural small forward at 6'7", 6'6", so we're a pretty big team outside of Steph. I mean, let's go ahead and see if that makes any difference. Hopefully we can win it all. So 44 wins this season. DG wins MVP, Giannis, Depoy, so we're seeing some repetition here. Again, no Curry on any All-NBA teams, and we drop a seed this season. Yikes. Curry would have finished with 20 and 6 on 50, 40, 90. Mikal would have had 14 on 46, 38, 90. Kuminga 14 on 50, 40 splits. Porzingis with 20 on 42 from 3. Alpi with 5 assists. That's beautiful. Poole off the bench has been elite, so worst comes to worst, I don't know what else we can do. Maybe we move him or we just, I guess, rebuild around him and move Steph. But we'll see how we go this offseason. We're going against the Spurs, who now have D'Lo, DeJounte, Vic is a 90, 82 Jeremy, and 84 Keldon. So they're probably going to beat me. So I made all of those moves for nothing. Game 1, they blow us out. Steph has 30. We do win game 2, though, where Steph has 36. So it's still the Steph show. We got 2-1. Okay, Poole with 31, Vic with 23. Can we got 3-1? We do. All right. Poole with 27, Vic with 21, 13. Just don't blow a 3-1 lead. And we win in 6. All right. Now we're going against the Rockets, who we did make a trade with. They are starting. They now have Kawhi too, by the way. So I think they have Moses Moody, or they did have Moses Moody. Game 1, we do win. Okay. Porzingis with 34 and 5. I love that. Can we go ahead and take a 2-0 lead? No, they tied up, of course. And this is also Alpi's former team. We go down 2-1. They put up 175. Holy crap. That's just insane. Can we tie it up at least? We do. All right. Steph with 26. Green with 20. And then they go ahead and got 3-2. Jalen Green with 36. God, are we going to lose in 6 again? No, we do force a game 7. All right. Steph with 31 11. Jalen Green with 56. Jesus, dude. And he's been guarded by Mikal too. So game 7 here in Houston. NBA fans have seen this before. Can we please win and go to the conference final? Starting off up by 2. And that's only in a few minutes. So this is going to be a high scoring game. Already 19 apiece. The back and forth still tied here. We got by a little bit here in the second. Back and forth again. We are up by 3. They go ahead and go up by 2. Tie game. I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm too stressed. And it looks like they're just going to blow it open here in the end of the 4th. And I made all of those moves for absolutely no reason. We lose in 7 to the Rockets. And of course, are they going to win it as well? No, they lose in 5 to the Cavs. All right, man. No idea what I'm going to do because I've really put all my eggs in the win now basket. We'll pick up the offers on these two, obviously. We do have some offers here to match. They're going to try and sign Şengün. Kuminga doesn't have anything yet, so we'll obviously match whatever he gets. Take a 4-year 92 from the Pacers. We'll match that. And then Kuminga, you know what? That's a pretty generous amount. So we'll go ahead and throw a player option onto that. Flat load it at 22 million. Just kidding. I can't afford it under the hard cap. So it looks like we might lose Kuminga, or I just got to see if we get him back on that offer there. Right, and we do get him back. So I guess this will definitely be a last dance. Steph is down to a 93. He's on the last year of his deal. When you have Porzingis on a 3-year deal, 1 year left there, 4 years. So it's really only that Porzingis deal that I'm super worried about. We don't have many guys on the roster, so we'll have to fill them out of free agency here. But that's fine. Let's see how we start off this season. And if it doesn't go well, we might just have to blow it up. Let's see. All right. So on the plus side, we still have a competent 9-man rotation and Kuminga's up to an 85. So, I mean, we can see how we start off this season. Hopefully it's a little bit better than last year. And if it does work out, I'll look like a genius. If not, I'll look like a fool. So I might have to pivot and we can turn this into a longer term rebuild. I'll move Steph for whatever assets I can. He's still really good. We'll keep Bridges because, I mean, he's still relatively young at 29. He's a free agent, though, so I guess we could evaluate if we want to keep him. Kuminga will keep. Porzingis, don't really have much choice, obviously, because, I mean, he's already 30. Injuries are off, though, and he's been elite 3 years. So I'll probably keep him 1 more season at least. Şengün can stay. Poole, while still young, I don't love his game. I mean, it looks flashy, but I don't know, we might move him as well. Kuzma, he's only got 1 year left, so we'll probably keep him. Same with those bottom guys. But I mean, it might be a fire sale, to be perfectly honest with you. Let's just see this first game here. We get destroyed by the Lakers. So I have no idea what's happening. They have Tatum now, by the way, so that's fun. He has 53. Do we win game 2? We do beat the Nuggets, but they've been terrible all rebuild, so I don't think that's a very good test. To beat the Clippers, can we beat the Kings? Maybe the Lakers are just really good. We do. Okay, so this is our best start so far. Do we beat the Hornets? So these 2 games here, back-to-back, we'll probably lose. And we do lose to the Pacers. But we are 5-2, so just behind the Lakers. I guess they're elite. Yeah, okay, so I mean, Fred, Jason Tatum, Jared Vanderbilt, Anthony Davis. That's a very nice, not just the 2K team, but even in real life, that'd be solid. Grayson Allen hitting 3s. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't mind Tatum there once LeBron retires if he wants to jump to the other side. Say these 2 games. If we lose these, okay, we win 1, so 6-4. I mean, it's not great. Ideally, I'd like to be 6-2, but I'm just going to get started and see how we go. If anything major happens, I will stop and let you know. But until then, cross your fingers. Okay, so luckily for my GM position here in Golden State, we are 39-16 at the deadline. We are the 1 seed, so that was worth it. We just had to take a year off, sort of like what they did in 2020. And you can see the Rockets are also the 3 seed, so I guess it worked out. Maybe Şengün made them worse. I sort of felt he was making us worse for the first couple seasons we got him, but I mean, 11-9 with 5 assists, 48, even 30% from 3 from a center is not awful. So like, I don't know. I feel like he's the perfect fit on paper. Porzingis playing like a 90, 50, 40, 90. He's perfect as well. Thank God injuries are off. 16-5 from Kuminga. He's hitting 43% of his threes. We have to be the best shooting team in the league, right? 21 for Steph. He was an all-star, by the way. Pull off the bench. I want to move him, but like, per 36, 21-7 almost on 50, 40, 88 splits. That's literally the perfect 6-man. So I don't know. Kuzma per 36, about 14. Not the greatest efficiency. Mitch, 14-13 is very nice. 18 for Jeremy Grant. And I picked up Kyle Anderson out of free agency. He fits really well. He's playing great. 80% from 3. Paul George was there. I tried to get him, but he wants 13 mil. So I couldn't afford him. This is Steph's last year. Obviously, I'm not going to trade him now, but hopefully we win it all so I don't risk losing him. But I'm going to keep it moving. We have the Lakers here actually right after the deadline. So they were very good. I don't know what I just approved. I didn't really see that. But let's see. Can we beat them now with our better chemistry? No, they still beat us by 3. So they might be the team to beat low-key. You can see they're literally a half game behind us. Hopefully we can keep the 1 seed and we'll see how we end. I'll see you guys in a minute. So we finished with 58 wins. I think that's my first time doing that in this video. And has DG gone 3 times back to back to back MVP, or was it just 2? It was just 2. I thought it was 3, but I think he won most improved the other year. So he's been killing it this video. Brandon Miller, Giannis as well. He's had Depoy just about every year. Bryce Sensabaugh, who we traded away, goes ahead and wins most improved. Good for him. We traded him, of course, for Porzingis, so I guess that's a win-win. He went up to 15. Yeah, very good player. I would have liked to have kept him, but Steve Kerr wins another Coach of the Year. Let's go, 58 and 24. Still no Steph on an All-NBA team, which is annoying. He was an All-Star. Walker Kessler, could have had him in year 1. I don't value him very much. So let's go ahead and simulate the first round. We are finally the 1 seed, and we're going up against Denver again. That's kind of funny. Steph would have had 21, 5, and about 8, so almost a career high in assists. You can see he had 8.5 there in 13, 14, but that's second, so that's really nice. Mikal went up to 16 points on 48, 43 splits, 16 on 47.5 from 3G, so Kuminga's become a really good shooter. Porzingis as well, he's been elite. So has Şengün, so has Poole, so pretty much similar numbers for everyone to what I showed you, although Kyle Anderson cooled down a bit. He still shot 50% though, but we will go ahead cut him out. We are now 4-star balanced. Has Denver made any changes yet, or are they still rocking that same team? I mean, they got Melton. Apart from that, it's the same team. Can we sweep them, please, so I don't have to stress? And we go to 7. We almost blow it. Holy crap. That game 7, though, we blow them out, so that's fun. Not a good sign, though. Going up against the Rockets again here in round 2. Hopefully, we can beat them this time. Did they beat me? I think they did. They have Ingram now. Okay. And Markelle Fultz. That's a really good team. Let's see what happens in game 1. We do win. Okay. Kuminga with 31. That's awesome. So he's averaging 21 on 60, 50 splits. That's beautiful to see. Steph with 23. Mikal with 19. Porzingis 16. 19 for pull off the bench is really good. And 17 there for Şengün. So my issue is we kind of don't have that one guy. Obviously Steph was that. Not anymore. So many bodies. But we also haven't had that elite small forward. I mean, Mikal technically, but he's been our 2 guard. And then Kuminga. But we don't have that sort of go get you a bucket wing, which is something I really like, and an all-around sort of guy. Come to mind like a Paul George or a Kawhi. But we do go up 2-0, and there's Steph with 33, 12 and 5 steals. That's kind of crazy. Can we go up 3-0? No, they win. Okay. Jabari Smith with 36, Steph with 43. Yikes. Can we go up 3-1? They tied up. God damn it. They put up 157 on our heads. Okay, can we please just not go down 3-2? Thank you, and I see the Lakers on the other end already. That's scaring me. Can we please win in 6? We do. Beautiful. Going against the Lakers. So is this our first conference finals? Steph has 33, by the way, 39 for Jabari. And LeBron, ironically, I saw is in Boston. So, I mean, if we could get to the finals to play them, that would be kind of beautiful to end this off. This team is the same as what we saw. Grayson Allen there at the 2, but I mean, Mikal's probably not going to score the most points, but we might have to go ahead and switch Mikal onto Tatum, so I might do that quickly, and maybe Porzingis on AD. And we could even start Mitch this series for his defense, but I'll start with Porzingis on Anthony Davis, and they have Draymond Green too. That's awesome revenge series. Then here we can go ahead and find Mikal Bridges. All right, man, we are the 1 seed. Let's see, game 1, we win. Okay. 112 to 116, so not as high scoring, which I like. I was getting kind of annoyed how unrealistic it was. Tatum still has 30 points, AD still has 21, so that didn't really help. Game 2, they win. Okay, that's what I expected. 40 from Tatum, so I don't think Mikal's doing the greatest job in the world. We do win that one, though. He only has 24. That's still pretty good, and 29 there. 4-point game, so it's very close. Steph with 38, and I don't think Freddie's containing him. Can we please go up 3-1? They tied up, of course. AD with 32. Can we please not blow a lead? They got 3-2 because of course they do, man. And we only put up 93 points that game. Are you serious? So, I mean, I'll try it. Let's go ahead and start. Let's go ahead and start Mitchell Robinson. We can play him about 30 minutes. And Steph there. So let's go ahead and simcast this one. We are in LA, so hopefully we just don't get blown out here. They're up 34 to 29, and I think they've just blown it open completely. We're down by 15. All right, man. That is a very disappointing way to end this season, and we lose by 24. I told you from the beginning that team would give us headaches. Lakers, Celtics. Lakers win in 7. They beat LeBron. Him and Tatum swap places, which is crazy. LeBron retires a Celtic. Draymond retires a Laker. So I guess him and LeBron had a bit of miscommunication. Clay goes on the Nets. So out of all of those guys, Steph is the only one that hasn't retired yet. And obviously try to bring back Steve Kerr. We do get him back. Awesome. Now, I think we've sort of run its course. I don't know if we can get Steph that one more championship. So I might just put him in a sign and trade. Do get a rookie here, I guess. He's a 69 overall. Nice. We'll sign him, I suppose. So I think I will put Steph into a sign and trade. He's got a 1 year, $29 million deal there. So I guess we'll go ahead and give him $40 million for 2 years and a player option if he doesn't want it. So we do get him back on that. We do have a ton of other free agents too. I didn't even realize that. Kel, I'll go ahead and lock up on 3 years. And Mitchell Robinson, I would like to keep around as well. So we'll give him a 2-year deal with about 14. See, hopefully we can sign all of those guys, and we can. All right. Kuminga also, we'll go ahead and give a 5-year deal for 20 mil a year. Is kind of a steal. Hopefully we can re-sign him this time. Last time it didn't let me. And then Kuzma, he is sort of the last thing I'm worried about. So let's go ahead and see how we look. I guess Jordan Poole is going to be our point guard for this last season here. We'll try to win it without Steph. But we can definitely still send Steph to a contending team. Hopefully that's a win-win trade for us. I'll give Kuzma a 2-year deal with the team option and we get him back as well. Cool. I mean, we could do a straight up trade for Trae Young. That'd be kind of hilarious. I would have to check if the Hawks are still legitimate contenders. Otherwise, I would feel bad sending him there. He's been so good. We could get Tyrese. And I like Tyrese a lot. He's going to be efficient. He's going to get more assists. He plays better defense. He's taller. He's a lot younger, obviously. Lonzo's there too. I mean, we could get Jabari Smith, but we have to give up Kuminga as well. We could get Holmgren and Giddey, who could be our point guard. That's not bad either. We could get Anthony Edwards. We could trade him straight up for Dame as well. That's kind of funny. I mean, I might send him to Minnesota, actually, because then we can have Poole. He would go over there to play with Towns. Let me just see. Is that LeBron James Jr.? It is. They have Bronny. That's hilarious. I mean, the Wolves were the 11 seed. That's against what I was saying. You know, we're trying to win with him, but I think that probably makes the most sense for us. And I feel bad because he's been so loyal to Golden State and he's done so well sending him to Minnesota. But I just think I'd be crazy not to take that. Maybe they can sign one more person to pair with him and Cat. So end of an era, man. I feel terrible. Couldn't send him to a better team. Ant-Man is upset. So is Paul, I guess, because we did the Curry trade. That's fine. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I totally forgot Edwards is technically the same position as Bridges. I guess now that means we're going to have a 6-man of Kuminga now. So I really didn't think that out very well, but that's fine. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I guess we could make Kuminga a shooting guard. I mean, it's definitely not his natural position. This rebuild's been all over the place, man. Hopefully we can just go ahead and get a ring this season and then it all works out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just need a backup point guard and I think we're good to go. Kira Lewis would low-key be perfect if I can go ahead and sign him on a 3-year deal worth about 6 mil on a flat rate. I would love that. Can we get him? And we do. Cool. All right. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Last season, man. Let's see if this worked out or not. It might not have, and I'll probably look crazy. But if it does work out, I'll look like a genius. So Ant-Man's up to a 91. Everyone else progresses except Kuzma and Kyle Anderson, but that's fine. So let's see, man. One more season without Steph. We'll keep an eye, obviously, as well on the Timberwolves and see how that goes. And let's cross our fingers everything works out. All right, so the rotation here for the final season. Poole, Edwards, Bridges, Porzingis, Şengün. Just totally different. Kuminga as the 6-man with Kuzma, Mitchell Robinson, Kira Lewis Jr., and Kyle Anderson. All right, let's see. Game 1, don't get blown out. Okay, we blow them out. Cool. So Kuminga with 31 off the bench. He might win 6-man of the year. What does Poole do in his first game as a full-time starter? 20-7, not bad. Shea with 29. So here's the Lakers. I just want to see how that goes. Both LA teams, actually. Can we please win? We win, and we win. Okay. Tatum has 35. I don't want to get any false hope. So the only thing I will do, I'm going to simulate till we see the first Timberwolves game, and I will let you guys know how that goes. All the way January 30. All right, I'll be back. All right, that definitely didn't make sense, and I feel terrible. They're 22 and 29, and Steph is there by himself pretty much with Cat. So I was hoping they could sign a third star, They didn't. We are 31-16 and we beat them. That threw me off for a second. L. James and Steph Curry. He's playing with LeBron James, but it's his son, Bronny. That is kind of cool though, so he can mentor him at least, and I'm sure LeBron would be a fan of that. Porzingis with a big game, and Edwards. How's he been for us? About 22, 5 and 5 on 50, 40, 80 splits. So I don't know, man. Hopefully we can win, and if we do, then all of this will be worth it. We play them back to back here, essentially. It'll all be worth it. If we don't, I look like an idiot. We beat them again. Cat with 26, Steph with 19. How's he been this season? Still about 22, 6.5. So he's still elite. I mean, Cat's averaging 22, so they probably need 1 or 2 extra pieces. But I'm not going to worry about that now. We're just worried about us. We're 33-16. Please just finish strong, and hopefully we can win it all in the playoffs. All right, I didn't see our exact record, but I know we finished strong. Luka finally wins his MVP that he always gets. Giannis, I think, has won DPOY every season, by the way, which is absolute insanity. Ime, 56 and 26. That's definitely not Ime Udoka. I guess he's maybe not in the game. Can we finally get any All-NBA players, please? Of course we don't, but I think it's okay because we have a pretty deep team. We are somehow the 4th seed. I don't understand how that happened unless we fell off right at the end and I didn't see it. So let's see how that looked. We did finish with 52 and 30. No, so it's just a pretty stacked Western Conference. That scares me a little bit. And look at that. The Nets, after we gave them Clay, hit a bit of a rebuild. They got Shaedon Sharpe, Lauri Markkanen, Nick Claxton. Very nice. Okay. So we're playing Denver for what feels like the 10th time this video. Let's see if they have yet made any changes. Nope, still the exact same roster. And we've beaten them every year. So if we lose here, that would just be a spit in the face. We sweep them and we get to play New Orleans. We went ahead and swept Houston, but that's scary too. I mean, they lost Ingram by the look of it. Walker Kessler's there now. Jeez. Okay. Why do I get a feeling they're just going to own me? And I didn't change it, but I guess we played that first game at a 10-man because Kyle Anderson's there. He's still been good, so unless we start losing, I'll change it. We can go ahead and see how everyone did. A Poole with 18 and 7 in the playoffs, 15 and 6 during the regular season, so he's been good for us. Edwards with 25 and 6 and 6 in the playoffs, 50, 40, 80 splits. Mikal, great efficiency. Porzingis, great efficiency. Şengün, good efficiency. Kuminga is a 6-man, so he's low-key perfect as a 6-man, better than Poole was. Kuzma with the turnaround season and playoff run. Mitch Robb has been good. Kira Lewis, who I just got out of free agency, has been great. And then so is Kyle Anderson. Cool. So let's see. Game 1, hopefully we can beat this team. We do win game 1. Edwards with 42, Zion with 26. Game 2, we win. Okay. Kuminga with 21, so he's an elite 6-man. 3-0, and can we win in 4? Nope, just don't choke a 3-0 lead, don't choke a 3-0 lead, and we win in 6. Thank you, 2K gods, in that closeout. It was Anthony Edwards, so the Steph trade at least made sense for us. Where did they finish? I didn't even see. They missed the playoffs completely. All right, I'm sorry. I wanted to send him somewhere where he could compete, but they only had Cat. They never ended up getting anything else. They still had Bronny. So that's kind of cool. I feel bad because he was so good to Golden State, but it is ultimately a business. I would have liked to have found a team that made sense for both of us. But it is what it is, man. He can decline that option next year and retire if he likes. So now we have OKC, who offer me Josh Giddey. Generally, if you don't take anyone off them, they get really good. But now they have the other Aussie, Dyson Daniels. They have 2 90s, Shea being the best player in the series. Dyson Daniels, AJ Griffin, Jalen Williams. We're screwed. I think they are a lot better. We do win game 1, though. Shea with 27 and 10. You guys know I love and hate Shea in 2K, depending on which side of the bracket or which team he's on. 2-0, 32, 5 and 9 from Shea, but 20 and 20 from these two. Şengün, 6 assists. He's turning into a Nikola Jokic light, which I like. Emphasis on light. Can we go up 3-0? We 2. Oh, God. 26. I'm going to simulate the round and just assume we don't choke this because, okay, we sweep them. All right, we're in the finals with Anthony freaking Edwards going against Tyrese, who we also got offered, and the Pacers. So they have Tyrese, Ben, Cam, Jeremy and Clint. I like that team a lot. Good young team, nicely constructed, but hopefully we can beat them. We win game 1. So in that game, our wings combined 26 each, 24 from Kuminga, 24 from Whitmore. Can we win game 2? No, they tied up. I honestly thought we would win that game. Can we just not go down 2-1? We 2. God damn it. I did not come all this way to lose in the finals. Let's go ahead and shorten this rotation to a 9-man. Please tie it up 2-2, and we can. Awesome. Cam Whitmore with 34, Şengün with 29. Can we go up 3-2? We can. All right, man. Anthony Edwards with the 47 piece, 32 from Poole, and then Kuminga only had 4 points, but he's been really good this playoffs, man. 20 points. And you know what's hilarious? This just hit me. Coming into this, I was planning to either keep building around the big three, who we moved on from pretty quickly, or alternatively to move all those guys and then build around like Kuminga and Moody. But I think I went more towards the direction of building around the older guys. And the funniest thing is the only ones left are Jordan Poole and Kuminga. That's hilarious. I find that so funny. Well, let's go ahead and simcast this one. And it looks like we are in Indiana. So let's just see if we can win this game. Starting off tied here in the first quarter with 4 minutes to go. 5 minutes, I guess, 460. That's kind of funny. All right, a bit of back and forth. Up by 1, up by 3, down by 3. So we might honestly lose this game here, but it is very close. And I would like to hop in for some footage. We take a bit of a lead here. We're up by 10. Tie game here. They're up by 1. We're up by 2. And we don't necessarily blow it open, but we do go up by 9 here with 1:40 left. Let's go, man. All of those moves, I mean, they look crazy. They probably don't make sense. But if it results in a championship, it doesn't matter. Anthony Edwards has 40. We're going to make that. Oh, he gets blocked. That would have been 40. I'll try to get him 40. But yeah, all the moves I've made aren't crazy if we win the chip here against Steph. I'm terribly sorry that that happened. I mean, they just took him out. So let me go ahead and burn the timeout here. We almost got a 5-second call because that didn't work. But that's fine, whatever. We'll get him back in. So, I mean, yeah, I feel bad for Steph. We did him kind of dirty. And these moves definitely didn't make sense. And I know people are thinking that. You might say that in the comments. I was thinking that when I was doing these trades, but it got to a point where it was, oh, we got to post it there, nice. It got to a point sort of where it was just too late. And I'd committed to sort of retooling and blowing up the roster a little bit. And I didn't know what to do, so if I could redo this, I'd probably change it up in the off season. And I'd probably move Poole for a different asset because he was decent as well, I think, in that first season. So I'd probably move Poole. Probably sign and trade Draymond if I had the cap in that first season. And then into the last season, I would probably... I have shot timing on, I forgot. And then in the following season, I probably would have done the same with Clay. So, I mean, that's hindsight. When you're doing it in real time, it's sometimes hard to actually get a feel for what moves and what direction you want to go in unless you come into it with a plan, which I definitely did not, because this team could go either way. They could try to go all in on one more, or they could, blow it up and try to build around the young guys, which we kind of have. I mean, we got, Şengün to join us here, and we got Anthony Edwards. But outside of that, we still had, Poole and Kuminga. I would have liked to have kept Moody. Nice lay up there for Edwards. He's so slithery. I would have liked to have kept Moody, but I think he was in that Şengün trade straight away. And Şengün's been great for us. Let's go, bro. The Warriors are going to be your NBA champions. I don't even know what year we're in, but we do win in 6, 134 to 125. Let's go, man. It was all worth it. All crazy trades, but if you win a championship, it doesn't matter. You look like a genius. So let's get it, bro. So that's awesome, man. I guess the Steph Curry trade worked out for us at least. I feel bad for him, but he got to play with LeBron's son at least, and I guess mentor him. So that's kind of cool. The Warriors are your NBA champions. 31-5-6 for Ant-Man, 58-52 splits. And in that game, Jeremy Sohan 26. Edwards had 43 in the closeout, 27 for Kuminga. He didn't let us go to game 7. You love to see that. So here's your final roster. Totally not a realistic rebuild. It was more so just for fun, I guess. And you can see we ended with Edwards, Porzingis, Bridges, Şengün. We kept Kuminga and Poole, which is kind of funny, but also kind of cool that we at least kept a couple of the young Warriors players. We ended up with Kuzma, Mitch Robb, Kira Lewis, Kyle Anderson. So a fun team. I mean, definitely, as I said, I didn't feel great throughout the video making those trades because I sort of had a vision and then not really. And then I traded for someone else and then it sort of changed the vision and it all just got jumbled up. But at least it ended in a chip. And as I said, you don't look crazy if you win it all. I'm sure I annoyed probably 6 different fan bases. I'm sorry. Again, if I could redo this, I'd probably do it a little bit differently. But at least we did win it all. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. Apologies again. I've been busy this week, so just one video. Hope you guys are enjoying the finals. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. And peace out.